The poignant truth that the size of the loss is the size of the love holds a special significance when we reflect on the legacy of the Judds, one of country music's most iconic and influential duos. With every note they sang, Naomi and Wynonna Judd captured the hearts of millions, embodying both a mother-daughter bond and a dynamic musical partnership that set them apart from their peers. Their harmonies were a blend of raw emotion and technical mastery, a combination that resonated deeply with country music fans. However, their journey to stardom was not without its trials, and the path that led them to fame was also lined with personal battles, health struggles, and ultimately, the end of their beloved band. The Judds' story began in the 1980s, when Naomi, an accomplished nurse, and her daughter Wynonna, a prodigious vocal talent, combined their unique skills to form a duo that would quickly rise to prominence in Nashville's competitive music scene. In 1983, the duo was discovered by a Nashville music executive, a moment that would mark the beginning of their meteoric rise. Their debut album, Why Not Me, released in 1984, was a resounding success, propelling them into the spotlight. The album's success was just the beginning of what would become a string of hits, including Mama, He's Crazy, Grandpa, Tell Me About the Good Old Days, and Why Not Me, songs that remain anthems of country music to this day. Their sound, which seamlessly blended traditional country with pop influences, struck a chord with listeners and turned the Judds into household names. Their music spoke of love, heartache, and familial bonds, all themes that endeared them to fans and made their songs relatable to people from all walks of life. The duo was unstoppable, winning multiple Grammy Awards, Country Music Association CMA Awards, and American Music Awards, and cementing their place in the pantheon of country music legends. At their peak, they were not just performers, they were cultural icons who had reshaped the country music landscape. However, while their musical career soared, Naomi's health began to decline. In the late 1980s, Naomi was diagnosed with hepatitis C, a chronic liver disease that would eventually have a profound impact on her life and career. The diagnosis came at a time when both women were at the height of their success, and Naomi's health struggles would soon intersect with the pressures of constant touring and recording. The disease, compounded by the grueling demands of their music career, took a physical and emotional toll on Naomi, which ultimately led to the disbandment of the Judds. The decision to end their musical partnership was not one taken lightly. As Naomi's condition worsened, it became clear that she would no longer be able to perform at the pace required by their music career. In 1991, at the peak of their success, the duo made the heartbreaking announcement that they would be disbanding. Their decision was met with shock and disbelief by fans, many of whom had come to see the Judds as a symbol of unwavering strength and success in the country music world. Naomi and Wynonna's final concert as a duo took place in December 1991 during their farewell tour, the Farewell Tour, a deeply emotional moment for both mother and daughter, as they sang their biggest hits for the last time together. It was clear that this was more than just the end of a chapter in their musical careers. It was the closing of a personal and professional journey they had embarked on together. The emotional weight of the moment was impossible to ignore. Naomi and Wynonna's relationship, both as mother and daughter and as musical collaborators, was a rare bond that had captivated fans for years. Their harmonies, a perfect blend of Naomi's sweet, nurturing voice and Wynonna's powerful, emotive vocals, had become a signature of the Judds sound. The duo's music resonated deeply with fans, who saw in their songs reflections of their own lives, struggles, and triumphs. But now, the real struggle was far from the stage. It was the battle Naomi was facing against her chronic illness. The dissolution of the Judds marked a bittersweet moment in both Naomi and Wynonna's lives. Their success in the 1980s and early 1990s was unparalleled, but the strain of Naomi's deteriorating health was undeniable. Despite the professional highs, the emotional and physical toll that Naomi's illness had on both women was immense. As much as they wanted to continue their careers, Naomi's health required that they make an impossible decision. The music had to take a back seat to her well-being. Yet, even as the Judds disbanded, their impact on country music remained undeniable. The duo had reshaped the genre, blending contemporary sounds with traditional country themes, and their music continued to resonate long after their final performance. Songs like "Love Can Build a Bridge" became anthems of hope and perseverance, and their legacy was solidified as one of the most influential country acts of all time. After the split, both Naomi and Wynonna went on to pursue solo careers. Wynonna, in particular, found great success as a solo artist, her powerful voice and deeply personal songwriting earning her critical acclaim and a loyal fan base. Her albums continued to chart on the country music charts, and she became one of the most respected figures in the genre. Her voice, which had been a driving force behind the Judds' sound, stood on its own, and she proved that she was a force to be reckoned with, both as an artist and as an individual. Meanwhile, Naomi focused on her health and personal advocacy work. After taking time away from the limelight, Naomi addressed her battle with hepatitis C and sought treatment. She also became an advocate for mental health, using her platform to speak candidly about her struggles with depression and the importance of seeking help. Naomi's honesty about her health challenges and her advocacy for mental health awareness made her a beloved figure, not just in the country music community, but also in the broader public sphere. While both Naomi and Wynonna experienced individual successes in their respective careers, there was always a sense of longing for what had been. The bond they shared as the Judds, both as family and as musical partners, was unique and irreplaceable. Their music had connected them with their fans on a deep, emotional level, and the end of the Judds signified the end of an era in country music. However, it was clear that the legacy of the Judds would never fade. The duo's music continued to inspire new generations of country music fans, and their influence could be seen in the work of many contemporary artists who cited the Judds as a major influence. Their impact on the genre was profound, and their music lives on, not just in the annals of country music history, but also in the hearts of their fans. In the years following the disbandment, Naomi and Wynonna continued to face personal challenges, but their bond remained unbroken. The Judds' story is not just one of musical success, but also a testament to the complexities of family dynamics, the trials of health battles, and the emotional toll of balancing personal well-being with professional obligations. Their story is one of triumphs, heartbreaks, and ultimately, resilience. For Naomi and Wynonna, the end of the Judds was not the end of their journey. It was simply the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. As both women continued to evolve as individuals, they carried with them the lessons learned from their time together as the Judds, the power of family, the strength of music, and the unbreakable bond between mother and daughter. Their legacy as the Judds will always be remembered, not just for the music they created, but for the love and perseverance that defined their relationship. The music industry, especially the country music scene, was forever changed by Naomi and Wynonna Judd. Their impact was undeniable, and the magic they brought to the genre remains etched in the hearts of fans. But just as the duo's rise to fame seemed to be reaching its pinnacle, it all came to an abrupt halt. The Judds disbanded in 1991, a decision that, while necessary at the time, marked a profound shift in the landscape of country music. The bond between Naomi and Wynonna, forged through years of creating music and building an empire together, remained intact. But the duo's iconic status no longer held the same place in the musical world. While the Judds disbanded, their legacy did not fade from the public eye. In fact, even as the years passed, Naomi and Wynonna made occasional reunions that kept the spark of the Judds alive. These rare moments of collaboration, though brief, offered a sense of closure to fans and kept their shared history in the limelight. One such reunion took place in 1999 at the Country Music Association Awards, where Naomi and Wynonna came together for a one-off performance that served as a tribute to their powerful legacy in country music. Fans, eager for a possible full reunion, clung to the hope that the Judds might someday return. Yet the reality was clear. Naomi's declining health, combined with Wynonna's own evolving career ambitions, made a permanent reunion unlikely. The next significant moment came in 2010, when the Judds reunited for the last encore tour. This tour was not just another stop on the road. It was a poignant, emotional journey for both Naomi and Wynonna. Naomi's health had taken a turn for the worse, and it became clear that this tour would likely be her last time performing on stage with her daughter. For Naomi, who had battled a range of physical health challenges, it was a bittersweet farewell. Her struggle with hepatitis C, diagnosed earlier in her life, weighed heavily on her. But despite the physical toll it took on her body, Naomi still managed to perform with her signature grace and determination. For Wynonna, the tour marked an opportunity to reflect on the extraordinary journey she and her mother had shared. The performances were filled with raw emotion as both women reflected on the peaks and valleys of their careers. In every note they sang, there was a deep sense of nostalgia, a longing for the days when their music had shaped the hearts of so many. Yet, as Naomi's health continued to deteriorate, the end of the Judds' journey seemed inevitable. The final performance of the tour was especially emotional, a symbolic closure to a legacy that had defined country music for over a decade. The bond between Naomi and Wynonna had weathered many storms, both personal and professional, and this farewell was a moment of reckoning for both women. Naomi Judd's journey was far from simple. Raised in a working-class family, Naomi faced a life of adversity, but her passion for music never wavered. Before she achieved stardom, Naomi worked as a nurse, balancing the demanding career with her love for music. But in the early 1980s, her life took a turn when she formed the Judds with her daughter, Wynonna. Their harmonies resonated deeply with country music fans, and Naomi's nurturing presence alongside Wynonna's powerhouse vocals created one of the most beloved duos in music history. However, behind the scenes, Naomi's life was filled with challenges that many did not see. Despite their immense success, Naomi faced an array of personal and health-related struggles that would define much of her story. One of her most significant health battles began with a diagnosis of hepatitis C. Naomi contracted the disease through a needle-stick injury while working as a nurse in the early 80s, a moment that would change her life forever. Hepatitis C, a virus that causes long-term liver damage, was particularly devastating for Naomi. At the time of her diagnosis, the treatment options were limited and often came with harsh side effects. Naomi was forced to undergo interferon therapy, which caused debilitating fatigue, depression, and flu-like symptoms. It was a grueling treatment, and Naomi later confessed that it made her feel as though she were dying, further exacerbating the physical and emotional strain she was under. But the hepatitis C diagnosis was only the beginning of Naomi's health challenges. Over the years, she endured several surgeries, including knee surgeries that left her physically impaired at times. Despite these obstacles, Naomi continued to juggle her personal life with her demanding career. Her ability to keep going, even when her body was breaking down, showcased her resilience. Yet, while her physical health took a toll, her mental health struggles proved to be just as profound, if not more so. Naomi was open about her lifelong battle with depression, a condition that many fans were unaware of. The weight of depression, which Naomi described as both crippling and paralyzing, cast a shadow over her life. Despite her fame and success, Naomi often felt overwhelmed by an unrelenting sense of sadness and despair. In a 2016 interview with Good Morning America, Naomi courageously shared her struggles with severe depression. She revealed that her mental health battles began long before she sought professional help, and that for many years, she felt trapped in a cycle of darkness. At her lowest points, Naomi struggled to even leave her home, the emotional pain so overwhelming that even the simplest tasks felt impossible. Naomi's decision to speak openly about her depression helped to destigmatize mental health issues, particularly for public figures. She made it clear that even those who seem to have it all together can suffer from inner turmoil. Her vulnerability encouraged others to seek help, showing them that it was okay to not be okay. Naomi's openness about her struggles gave a voice to those who felt alone in their own battles, making her a powerful advocate for mental health. Her personal struggles were further complicated by her family dynamics. Naomi was married twice, first to Michael Simonella, with whom she had Wynonna, and later to Larry Strickland. Her first marriage, to Simonella, was particularly painful, marked by emotional and physical abuse. Naomi later revealed that the trauma from her first marriage haunted her for years. Despite the pain, Naomi remained deeply connected to her daughters, and her determination to be a loving and supportive mother was unwavering. Her bond with Wynonna, in particular, was a source of strength throughout her life. While Naomi's health struggles, both physical and mental, were undeniably challenging, they also shaped the woman she became, resilient, vulnerable, and deeply committed to her family. Her ability to continue working and advocating for causes close to her heart, even when dealing with her personal battles, made her a remarkable figure. Naomi's willingness to be open about her struggles and triumphs created a legacy that extended beyond her music. It was a legacy of strength, perseverance, and compassion. As the years went by, Naomi's health continued to decline, but her impact on the music industry remained profound. The Judds' legacy, while rooted in the 1980s and 90s, continued to inspire both new artists and longtime fans. Naomi's story is a testament to the power of resilience and the strength of the human spirit, showing that even in the face of overwhelming adversity, one can still leave an indelible mark on the world. Despite the relentless challenges Naomi Judd faced in her personal and professional life, her contributions to country music remained a lasting beacon of inspiration. The Judds' impact on the industry wasn't simply about chart-topping hits and sold-out tours. It was about the emotional connection they fostered with their fans. In an industry known for its rough edges, Naomi and Wynonna's harmonies represented a rare blend of vulnerability and strength, something that resonated deeply with listeners. Naomi's strength came from her ability to navigate through personal pain while maintaining her commitment to her music and family. That commitment was especially evident in her journey with hepatitis C. Diagnosed in the early 80s after a needle stick injury while working as a nurse, Naomi's condition became a symbol of her perseverance. Hepatitis C, a virus that damages the liver over time, carries with it the potential for life-threatening complications. Naomi's treatment was grueling, involving interferon therapy that came with a host of severe side effects, including debilitating fatigue, depression, and flu-like symptoms. But even as her body fought against her, Naomi continued to perform, offering fans a glimpse into her strength, though few knew the true extent of her suffering. Along with hepatitis C, Naomi endured several knee surgeries that left her physically impaired at times. Yet her resilience became evident in how she continued to show up, both as a mother and as an artist. Naomi's ability to keep going, to remain steadfast even when her body was telling her to stop, became one of her defining characteristics. Her music, and her continued presence, was a testament to her unyielding spirit. But perhaps what truly defined Naomi's later years was her willingness to confront the darkness of mental health. Depression, which had plagued her for much of her life, was something Naomi did not shy away from. In a world where many public figures feel the pressure to present a flawless image, Naomi's openness about her mental health struggles broke the mold. In 2016, Naomi sat down with Good Morning America to discuss her lifelong battle with depression, a topic that she had kept private for many years. During the interview, she shared how her depression was an invisible weight she carried every day, often feeling like she was trapped in a cycle of darkness. This revelation was a pivotal moment in Naomi's legacy, one that added depth to her already remarkable story. In sharing her pain, Naomi allowed others to see the truth behind the persona of a country music star. She made it clear that despite the glitz and glamour, there was no shame in asking for help when dealing with mental health challenges. This moment helped destigmatize depression, not only for celebrities, but for countless others who struggled in silence. Naomi's vulnerability provided a lifeline to those who had long been suffering in isolation, allowing them to see that even the strongest individuals face battles that are often invisible. In addition to her health battles, Naomi's personal life was also fraught with complex family dynamics. Her first marriage to Michael Simonella, Wynonna's father, was marked by emotional and physical abuse, a fact Naomi disclosed years later. The trauma from this relationship haunted her long after their divorce, and the scars it left on her mental well-being were profound. But despite these painful experiences, Naomi's love for her daughters remained unwavering. She worked tirelessly to be there for Wynonna and Ashley, her two daughters from different marriages. Naomi's ability to overcome the trials of her personal life and still maintain close, loving relationships with her children was a testament to her character. As a mother, Naomi was a steadfast presence in Wynonna's life, even as her career as a solo artist began to flourish. The bond between them, forged through years of hardship and shared success, was unbreakable. Despite the challenges that Wynonna faced in forging her own path in country music, the pair always remained close, with Naomi offering support and guidance along the way. The love between Naomi and her daughters was the bedrock of her life, even when the world around her seemed to crumble. Naomi's openness, her vulnerability, and her refusal to let her health struggles define her were a reflection of her inner strength. But it wasn't just her own battles that shaped her legacy. It was her ability to inspire others to face their own struggles with courage and resilience. Naomi's willingness to speak out about her personal hardships in interviews and in her books empowered countless fans and fellow artists to be open about their own journeys, helping to break down the stigma surrounding both physical and mental health. As the Judds' music continued to inspire generations of country fans, Naomi's legacy transcended the boundaries of music. She became an advocate for mental health, a champion for those living with chronic illness, and a symbol of the unbreakable bond between a mother and her child. Despite the shadows cast by her health struggles, Naomi's spirit remained unwavering. Her music, her advocacy, and her unwavering love for her family are what she left behind for the world to cherish. The music industry lost a legend when Naomi Judd passed away in April 2022, but her impact is immortal. The Judds' influence on country music continues to reverberate through the industry, inspiring artists and fans alike. Naomi's voice, both literally and metaphorically, remains a guiding force in the lives of those who listened to her songs and followed her journey. Her story, one of triumph and tragedy, of perseverance and vulnerability, serves as a reminder that even in the darkest moments, light can emerge. Naomi Judd's legacy is a testament to the enduring power of love, music, and the human spirit. The passing of Naomi Judd left an indelible mark on her daughter Wynonna, who was already no stranger to life's difficult battles. Yet, through it all, Wynonna has proven herself to be a beacon of resilience. Despite the ongoing struggles with depression and anxiety that have shadowed her life, Wynonna has shown a remarkable capacity to overcome these challenges. Over the years, she has learned to cope with her mental health through therapy, self-care, and most importantly, by embracing a more open approach to her struggles. Her willingness to speak candidly about her personal difficulties has made her a role model for others who face similar issues. Through her advocacy for mental health awareness, Wynonna has used her platform to encourage people to seek help and speak openly about their battles, thus reducing the stigma that so often surrounds mental health challenges. Wynonna's journey is a testament to the immense strength and resilience of the human spirit. Her ability to keep moving forward in both her life and career, despite the profound difficulties she has faced, speaks volumes about her character. Not only has she continued to create and perform music, but she has also become a symbol of hope for many individuals struggling with their own mental health issues. Through her openness about her journey, she has helped bring mental health conversations into the mainstream, especially within the country music community. Her bravery in talking about her depression, anxiety, and grief serves as a reminder that mental health issues do not discriminate. No one is immune. In many ways, Wynonna has become a powerful advocate for mental health awareness, showing that resilience in the face of adversity is not only possible, but essential for healing and growth. The relationship between Naomi and Wynonna Judd, as complex as it was ultimately a testament to the strength of family bonds. Throughout their careers, their dynamic was one of love, conflict, closeness, and painful separations. Together, they navigated the tumultuous journey of fame, yet the pressures of the music industry often put a strain on their personal relationship. Naomi, at times, appeared as a guiding and protective figure for Wynonna. However, as Wynonna grew older and more independent, tensions began to emerge between the two. Naomi's well-meaning, though sometimes overbearing protective nature created friction as Wynonna sought to assert her independence. A major turning point in their relationship occurred when Naomi made the incredibly difficult decision to retire from music due to her declining health. While Wynonna understood her mother's decision, she struggled with feelings of abandonment and the emotional burden of stepping into the spotlight without her mother by her side. The decision to retire was both a personal sacrifice and a professional loss, marking a dramatic shift in their shared life as performers. Yet, it also highlighted the intricate, layered nature of their relationship, which was at once supportive and fraught with tension. In the years after their initial struggles, Naomi and Wynonna's relationship experienced ups and downs, often strained yet occasionally reconciliatory. While they reunited for special performances, the public scrutiny heightened tensions, complicating their healing process. Both faced relentless media pressure, making it hard to find personal peace amidst their shared musical legacy. Wynonna's first marriage to Arch Kelly and subsequent divorce, alongside her battles with depression, made headlines, while Naomi also dealt with a tumultuous divorce, emphasizing her resilience as a single mother. Despite these challenges, their bond remained strong, with their music serving as a powerful expression of their emotions. Notably, "Mama, He's Crazy" became an emblem of their enduring connection and artistic talent. One of the Judds' defining songs is "Love Can Build a Bridge," a captivating ballad blending country, gospel, and pop. Its refrain, "Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine," resonated with many, turning it into a universal anthem of hope, reflecting their musical essence focused on love and connection. The song reached #1 on the country charts, earning them a Grammy and solidifying their influential status. Another beloved track, "Grandpa, Tell Me About the Good Old Days," evokes nostalgia through its lyrics and highlights themes of generational wisdom. The Judds crafted a legacy beyond hits, showcasing resilience and the power of familial bonds. Their music, marked by joy and adversity, continues to inspire.